serving up Texas' hottest original acts. The all-you-can-eat Texasmusiccafe boldly goes where commercial radio and television fear to tread. So kick up your heels for another exciting episode from the all-you-can-eat Texasmusiccafe.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight, of our Troubadour Tales series, the first of the series, we would like to welcome Mac Abernathy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Woo! All right. Now remember what I told you.
Yes, sir.
In all walks of life, remember this. If you don't expect too much, you won't be too disappointed. You remember that. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for being here. Thank the Texasmusiccafe for doing this. It's a great help to musicians getting started, and some of us old ones that shouldn't quit. There is one person that I want to recognize. He's done tons of work for musicians in Waco, and he never gets any recognition, and I'm going to make him stand up. Stand up, Bruce Byers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Well, they told me to say something about the songs, so I will. And when you're writing songs, you don't ever let truth get in the way of a good story. You know, that's how that goes. Anyway, so this friend of mine was down in Del Rio, and they have a big bull riding there called the George Paul, and they have a big Calcutta. You had to go across the border for the Calcutta back then. But anyway, he had this big roll of money in his after the bull riding, and they were all going back across the border. And all of his buddies told him, said, hey, you better let us take some of that money home. And they, no, you know, and he, you know, like that kind of guy. Anyway, so they're going over to the bar, and there's a vendor there selling tacos or something, and my friend says, give me 20 of them. And the guy said, well, you know, need more meat. He said, here. He got that big roll of money and rolled it out like that, you know, and took on off over. And he said, you go get some meat and bring them in that beer joint right there. He said, okay. And he walked off a little bit, and there's a dog laying there. And he said, I'm going to tell you something else. So that dog better be laying here when I come back, you know. So don't. Anyway, we told him, you need to, you know, leave some of that money. And he just didn't listen, you know. He had a pick. Let me borrow it. I dropped mine. I'll never get off and get it. Thank you. That's the trouble of getting old. Oh, and one other thing. I'm not on stuff or nothing, but you'll notice my arm kind of goes funny. It's because I had my shoulder replaced, and it don't work just so good. But my friends are going to tune in when I start messing up and cover it up, so don't think nothing about it. Como esta, senor? Seen Marjorie. Partied here last night. You took her picture right. Don't you remember us a little? Como esta, senor? You seen Marjorie. Marge was the small one, Rita was the tall one. I was the fool in the middle. They saw the tourist sticker on the windshield of my car. They flagged me down, said they'd show me around. That's how we got to your bar. Tequila flowed like water. We partied into the night. They seemed like such nice girls, so sweet and polite. But things got a little crazy. I mean, really out of hand. Marge dancing on the table, Rita flashing the band. We took the party to the patio. They said they needed fresh air. And I woke up this morning, Marge and Rita weren't there, and neither was my billfold. Hell, I can't find my car. The last time I saw it was here at your bar. Senor just smiled, laughed under his breath. See, I remember you, gringo, just like all the rest. You crossed the border for fiesta, a senorita so fine. One thing importante you should keep in your mind. When you order the top shelf, that good old Patron, always remember, leave Margarita alone. Como está, senor? You seen Margarita? Partied here last night. You took her picture, right? Don't you remember us a little? Como está, senor? If you seen Margarita? Marge was the small one, Rita was the tall one. I was the fool in the middle. That's all she wrote. Thank you, thank you.
Nice. As a tequila drinker myself, I like that. I'm Katie Stewart. Thanks again to Texasmusiccafe for having me out tonight. So, yeah, I'm just going to get right to it. And I guess we have to talk about our songs, which I don't mind talking about songs. So this is High Tech World. It's been around for a long time, but I don't sing it very often anymore. I've gotten older. I have a daughter. My voice is changing, and so it's kind of up there. But I thought we're going to just do it tonight anyway. Okay, here we go. Living in a high-tech world, oh, we're living in a high-tech world. God bless her soul, it's all that we know. We're living in a high-tech world. Living in a high-tech world, oh, I'm living in a high-tech world. I need some advice on a handheld device. We're living in a high-tech world. We don't know how to count or even how to read. That's between you and me. Get out a spell check and autocorrect. Our brains are turning into peas. It's true.
Yeah, baby, woo!
Living in a high-tech world, oh, we're living in a high-tech world. Things are getting strange, it's time for a change. We're living in a high-tech world. Living in a high-tech world, oh, I'm living in a high-tech world. The NSA, they know all that I say. I'm living in a high-tech world. We don't know how to count or even how to read. That's between you and me. Get out a spell check and autocorrect. Our brains are turning into peas. We're living in a high-tech world. Oh, we're living in a high-tech world. Like it or not, oh, I tell you what, we're living in a high-tech world. Ah!
Yeah, baby, woo!
Thank you.
Howdy, everybody. My name is David Tribble. Excited to be here with you guys and these songwriters today. Good to be back here at Texas Music Countrymusic I'm coming from Fort Worth, Texas. And I've yet to find somebody who doesn't really like Fort Worth, even around these parts. So it's good to be in Waco tonight. Play some songs for you guys that got some stories behind them. Been married for almost 16 years. It's probably the coolest thing about me, honestly. Got 2 daughters, and another cool thing. But before all that, my wife, I was in a long-term relationship for a while, her ex, and we got married, and I won. And he Facebook messaged her after we got married randomly one day, and kind of told her that how bad he felt for the way he treated her, and that he had met a girl himself who treated him the same way. So I wasn't jumping up for joy or anything, but I did write a song about it. It's called Sleeping on Stones. Biggest bed that I could find, best mattress that money can buy, but I'm still sleeping on stones. Eyes bloodshot, it's after midnight, dodging these memories you left behind, 'cause I'm still sleeping on stones. So tell me, when will I be able to sleep without you haunting me all night long? It's a wonder I can sleep at all after you gone and left these stones here in my heart, so cold. Now not even Citizen Cope will help me sleep, because behind those lying eyes, you're the only one who knows why I'm still sleeping on stones. I'm still sleeping on stones. Got a hole the size of Texas from the poison that I ingested in this empty house that you left me. You played me like a pool hall hustler, plays a fool right out the door. Now I'm sleeping on stone. So tell me, when will I be able to sleep without you haunting me all night long? And it's a wonder I can sleep at all after you gone and left these stones here in my heart, so cold. Now not even Citizen Cope will help me sleep, because behind those lying eyes, you're the only one who knows why. Tell me why. It's 3 a.m., you're just getting in from a night out, clubbing with your friends, climbing out on my BMW, stumbling up those stairs. Tell me, can you hear those whispers calling out your name? It's a wonder you can sleep at all after you gone and left these stones here in my heart drunk will help you sleep, because behind those lying eyes, you're still the only one who knows why. It's a wonder I can sleep at all. Turns out I'm stronger than I thought. Now I got this Citizen Code playing on the stereo, lying next to those hazel eyes. Now I'm the one who knows why I'm skipping stones tonight. I'm skipping stones tonight.
Yeah.
You guys.
David, let me borrow the community pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, passing the
This
pick,
way you
passing the
don't-
pick.
Well, I'm not. Yeah. This way you don't use pick.
That's right.
I'll get it down. Don't.
Well, that's a cool song.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
About relationships and, yeah, I know about them.
You know about them?
I've had one, yeah. When you write songs, you have to have a real understanding soulmate. You know what I mean? And my wife, thank God, doesn't ever think about what I write, you know, and because sometimes, you know, you might have been in a bad situation or doing something you shouldn't, you know. But I've been really fortunate to have a good wife. My guitar player and I were sitting in a bar one night, Mother Red's in Waco, and this lady come walking by, and sure pretty, you know. And so I punched Mother Red. She's one that owned the place. She's sitting there with me and Kenny Zink and said, who is that, Mother? I said, I don't know. A few minutes later, she come back. She had her in tow. And she said, honey, said, this is Mac Abernathy. And she knocked all the air out of my cowboy sails right then. She said, so? But don't ever underestimate cowboy charm. Because 29 days later, me and her got married. And on the 17th of this month, it'll be 35 years. So don't tell me about relationships.
What a gangster.
I have no idea how I wrote this song. I think sometimes the Lord just wants you to have a song, and this is it. It's not about anybody that I know.
So he says.
There is a girl alone in Denver. She thinks about him most all the time. And she remembers how he could thrill her. But he's been gone so long, it's a rumor in her own mind. A friend told her he was unfaithful. Oh, it hurt her so, she nearly died. She just went away, moved to Denver. What she didn't know was her jealous friend had lied. She let a rumor tear them apart. She let a rumor break their heart. Listen to a rumor happen every time. Make your love a rumor in your own mind. There's a cowboy in Oklahoma. He keeps her memory 'cause he can't let go. He's still searching for an answer. He never heard the rumor, he'll never 'cause she let a rumor tear them apart. She let a rumor break their heart. Listen to a rumor, it'll happen every time. Make your love in your own mind. Make your love a rumor in your own mind. Thank you, thank you.
He gave you one.
Oh,
Aren't
thank
you lucky?
That looks like the one I lost. Thank you.
Did you take it, David? No, I'm just playing. So this next one I'm going to do, it's called Walking in This World All Alone. And Casey's somewhere here. I recorded my first album a couple of years ago. I'm working on the next one now. But I did some in Austin and some here in Waco. And this one I did with him. And I don't know. It's funny that you said, it just kind of comes through you. And I think this is one of those songs that just kind of, I don't know. It needed to happen. It needed to get on the page, It's called What Kind of... Nope, it's not called What Kind of World. It's called Walking in This World All Alone. What kind of world's next? Dressed in green, he wonders how he got like this. Who was he and for whom did he exist? We don't know, and he don't know. It just is. Mama with a baby's no partner to help her out. Benefits and hardships and really now no way out. She wants to do more but she don't know how. Walking in this world all alone. The animals, the only ones really right at home. Trying to survive in a land full of drones. Walking in this world all alone. Walking in this world all alone. Young man walks across the stage to get approved. With no jobs, he's low paid, and now he feels doomed. The lights go off and his moan is overdue. Walking in this world all alone. The animals, the only ones really right at home. Trying to survive in a land full of drones. Walking in this world all alone.
to survive in a land full of drums. Walking in this world all alone. Walking in this world all alone.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thanks for joining in.
How we doing? Not bad, not bad. Well, you know, my life as a songwriter, as you said, I have an amazing wife, I'm supportive, but this is not her world at all. You know, which is kind of nice. It's fine. It's good. We're complete opposites. I think that works. So, but you know, as you write a song for your wife, you do need permission occasionally.
Yeah, that couch gets old.
Yeah, yeah. But comfortable too over time. Anyway, this is another song that about my wife. This is about her, and kind of let you know a little bit about who she is. She loves coffee, and I'm really good at making it, so that keeps me around a lot. So this is a song that is a love song, but it also involves some coffee, some tacos, some good old Fort Worth things.
Oh, man.
That's pretty much our whole life, like all the time, tacos and coffee. And then I'm a songwriter and play music when I'm not at home, you know. So it's a song called Heartburn. You're so perfect, like coffee in the morning. You're my cream and sugar. You're so right, like tacos from that truck. Coming home from a late night. You sweetened up my morning. Spice up the night. And if I come home with heartburn, well, I'd say that's a good sign. I give you a kiss as the sun rises and the kids wake up. Stumbling my way into the kitchen, stepping over my boots from the night before. You're so perfect, like coffee in the morning. You're my cream and sugar. You're so right, like tacos from that truck. Coming home late night. Sweeten up my morning. Spice up the night. And if I come home with heartburn, well, I'd say it's a good sign. Got home late last night again, third time this week. Making these ends meet can take its toll. This love is deep. You're so perfect, like coffee in the morning. You're my cream and sugar. You're so right, the tacos from that truck, coming home from a late night. You sweeten up my morning, spice up the night. And if I come home with heartburn, well, I'd say it's a good sign. Oh, if I come home with heartburn, well, I'd say it's a good sign. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. So how's everybody enjoying the first part of the Troubadour Tale series? It's pretty great, isn't it? Oh my gosh. This is a great start to a great series. I can just feel it. I just know it's going to be a good one. So this is the part of the evening where we do a little talking, a little Q&A with the artist. And tonight I'm going to kick off the questions. And Troubadour, by definition, obviously, is a lyricist and a poet. And clearly, everybody on the stage is telling their tale, and they're just great songwriters. But what I want to ask, what comes first, the lyrics or the tune? And I know I'm probably what you're going to say, but I'd like to hear your method here. And I'm going to start with Miss Katie.
Oh, you can start with me. Okay.
Yes, girl.
Sorry, I was making some serious eye contact, I guess. Okay, yeah, ladies first. So, I think it really depends for me. I think I would say probably the music that I write that means the most, the story comes first, or the inspiration of, heartbreak or loss or life. I mean, in the sense of death versus life. That sort of thing. To me, it comes and it just flows. Now, sometimes I think I want to write about something, and I write something totally different because the moment, the brain, the music, everything says, no, that's wrong, try that again. And then the right tune comes out. So while it does vary, most of the time I would say probably for me, my concepts and my words come first.
Yeah. How about you, David?
I would say it's both. I always tell songwriters that I meet, I'm just paying attention is part of the game that you have to be able to pay attention as a songwriter, and it's not going to be any specific time. It's just any time.
All the time.
I write when I'm doing the most random things. Mowing the yard is one that I write a lot. I just really get clarity when I mow, and you'd think I mow every week, but I don't. But,
You're right.
yeah, and then in the car, I don't listen to a lot of music in the car. I never been a big rock out in the car guy. I am quiet. My mind is loud. But when you get a melody in your head, that drives a song like really well. I've written a few songs, recently that just started with a melody. Now, sometimes I have a guitar in my hands, and sometimes I don't, right? So when I have a guitar in my hands, a lot of times I can start a pattern of chords that drive me to say certain words in a certain way. I think that's kind of how they come together, right? You have your words, but you don't really have to have a plan with your words until you get the guitar involved, and then everything starts coming together because of the rhythm.
To someone like me who is a lover of music, but I'm not as musically talented as clearly you guys are. But it's such a fascinating thing because I feel like it's just something that people like us just don't understand, and it comes so naturally to you guys, and it's a wonderful thing. So Mac, let's hear from you.
Well, I think it's, like he said, it's both ways. If you see something or hear something or, you know, something on the news or something, and a lot of times it's just experiences that you've had. I'm not a real good guitar player. My band will tell you that right quick. That's, but I have written a few that you just be playing along and it sort of evolved, you know. And as far as being quiet, yeah. I did this show 2 or 3 times today while I was plowing. And I know what it means to nobody around you, you know. I used to really aggravate my wife if we went somewhere and I wouldn't let her play the radio. And she said, yeah, you're sitting over there like, you know, that's when I'd be writing, you know. So, yeah, but I think it's both ways, and it has to be something that you feel, you know. That's something that Billy Joe told me one time, said, don't write something that you don't know anything about because everybody's going to see right through it. Yeah. And that's a pretty good way to look at it, you know. And,
Right, what you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, we appreciate you sharing that with us. Does anybody in the audience have any questions? Oh, we've got a fellow over here. Okay, I'm going to come on over. So we'll make it. Pardon me. All right. Hi, welcome.
How's it going? My name is Jimmy King. I'm a musician myself. I just wanted to ask 2 fellow singer-songwriters, have any of y'all ever hung up the hat, and how long did you do it for, and what brought you back?
Good question. Who wants to go first? I went first last time. I mean, I'll go first again, but come on, somebody.
go ahead.
No, never hung up the hat. I think I talked to a lot of my friends about this. I mean, when this gets in you, you can't really do anything about it. You're going to be a songwriter, whether you're doing it on stage or not. I mean, you know, I told a lot of songwriters, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a day job, man. You know, last I checked, you can write songs all day.
That's right.
Anytime. And so, you know, I'm a former school teacher. Shout out to all the school teachers out there. Summer's almost over. But I wrote songs in my classroom. I play guitar in my classroom a lot. It was kind of, you know, just something that helped me be a better teacher, honestly. But never hang it up. And I think there's lulls. I think there's highs and lows, and there's valleys and peaks, man. But you know, you push through those, and you write songs through those. Yeah.
Well, what he said is just pretty much how it is, you know, about what you know and what you feel, and about the hanging it up. I started in the music business when I was a little kid. I went to school at Bosqueville, and we had 5 teachers for 6 grades. And you could either go to town to school in the 7th grade, or you could go to China Spring. My mother had a beauty shop in Waco, so I went to North Junior. And I come home the first day, and I was terrified. I've never seen that many kids in my life. I bet there's 400 of them there. And you got to be in a hurry, too. You ain't just, you know. So there's a guy, I won't mention his name, but he is the sheriff here. We were partners, and we got to be buddies. And anyway, they had a talent show. And I'd already been learning to play over at Chuck Harding's, and me and another guy had a little old $2 band. And we go, and we won the talent show. And the next day, all 400 of them kids knew who I was. And I thought, hey, this ain't no bad deal, you know. But full-time music, I left a really good job as a locomotive engineer in 1986 for the Union Pacific Railroad. And this New Year's Eve will be the 2nd year since I've retired. And I just, after, I don't know, those that played with you getting older, and, you know, the Johnny Gimbels of the world are gone. And it was got to be, I've missed a lot of things with grandkids, and Rug Griffin and I did not get to go elk hunting every year. So it was time for me to hang it up. I still write a few songs every now and then, but as far as buying another bus and going back on the road, that ain't happening. I'll just tell you. But, yeah. But there is a time, and the main reason that I quit, I always told myself when it wasn't fun anymore, I'd quit. Yeah. And there, in the beginning, I couldn't wait to hear that bus crank up. And at the end, I just hated it. Are we home yet? You know, and stuff like that. But, yeah, everybody knows when it's time. But I don't think a songwriter ever quits. I just don't think they do. But, you know, that's all I know to tell you.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think, you know, as a child, you know, you're talking about seeing and paying attention. I just remember being a small person, and that never changed. I was always kind of very aware. I mean, obviously I didn't know how to articulate things as a child, but just paying attention, and poetry was kind of part of my outlet, and I was already, you know, playing piano, and so, but, you know, I was playing classical piano, so the lines just didn't cross for me at the time, but, you know, there was a time where I was doing music full time, and it was wonderful, and I loved it, but, you know, my grandmother was getting sick, and I went back to school, and my grandmother died, and my mother died, and I got married, and I had a baby. You know, it's like lots of life. You know, so to your point, you know, lulls. And so some of those times were really hard for me because I really missed performing, but it was like, when? There is no time. There's no flexibility. But totally agree that those times of, you know, my saying is, flowers don't bloom all year round, you know, and so during those lulls, and the high peaks too, there's so much material that in that moment, like, you kind of know there's material coming, but you can't see it because you're too close. And then, but I mean, same, once you're a songwriter, and I think you just kind of know when you are, even if you've never performed in front of a crowd or anything like that, once that is who you are, I mean, it's a part of your identity. You don't get to just go, okay, I'm not a songwriter anymore. Even if you only wrote like 2 songs, you know what I mean? That's just who you are. So.
Yep.
Well,
that's
where are
pretty
you,
much
Rachel?
the gospel right
Yes, I'm
there.
over here.
I'm telling you.
So-
Oh, there she is. I hear you.
I was just enjoying the stories here. We want to thank you so much for sharing that with us, and we're going to get back to the music. And let's see, we have any more questions? No? Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Mack, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. Well, I really do thank y'all for being here. I've done these before when there would be 3 people there, and it's not very much fun, I'll tell you right now. Where'd this song come from? I went to school at Sam Houston State. We rodeo. Woo, go Bearcats. And I stayed there till I got, well, they made us leave. I loved it because we could rodeo, and they had fresh calves all the time. But anyway, back in those days, there was no such thing as a diesel pickup. I mean, the most you could hope for would be a 350 Chevrolet. And we would always convert them to propane because out in the country, you know, we had tractors that had propane, and you just get you a little of it, you know. There, if your daddy didn't say nothing about it. And so we're out in the panhandle, and there's 3 rigs of us going, and one he drug around. We didn't know where he was. And finally, he shows up, but he don't have his rig with him. And out there in the panhandle, those farmers irrigate, and they'll have an engine sitting there running that pump, and they'll have a propane tank sitting there. And our buddy finally got there, and we said, "Where you been?" And he said, "Well," said, "I've got a problem." And I said, "Well, what is it?" He said, "Well," said, "I saw that big white propane tank, and I pulled over, and I got me some of it." I said, "So?" He said, "It was anhydrous ammonia." I said, "Okay." So that's not that's the only reason I think I might have wrote this song, and that happened 18 years ago. Well, it was party time Friday night. My cowboy friends and I were trying to get lucky at the hookup saloon. Well, none of the girls bought a pickup line, and it was last call and closing time, so we just drank them down and drove off to howl at the moon. Waylon was singing on the radio, shavers ain't no God in Mexico, so we headed for the border, see if Billy Joel's song was true. Well, before we could make our border dash, it seems we were a little shy on cash. For that, we had the hookup saloon to thank. We could fill up the truck or we could buy beer, and that decision was crystal clear. We bought 2 cases, Blue Town on half a tank. Now we trucking on down that interstate, and that's when that fickle finger of fate struck our fuel gauge and drove it left of E. Well, Joe Bob Jones was in the shotgun seat. He said, no problem, we'll just leave it to me. Whoop it on over in a Wally World parking lot. He said, park by a truck, it looks brand new, and I'll get out in a minute or two, and then Mexico be our next stop. Well, he fumbled around in the truck toolbox, and he said, this is where the bad luck stops. That's when he pulled out a 6-foot rubber hose. He said, this is an Oklahoma credit card. Just drop it in that tank and suck kind of hard, and we'll fill her up and be gone before anybody knows. Well, thanks to that hose, our gauge is on F, and Joe Bob got in. We quickly left and kind of felt like Willie and on the road again. Well, we blasted out of that parking lot, and to tell the truth, Mary Ruth, that's far as we got. There was an explosion like most rednecks have never seen. Well, the flames were shooting high in the air, and the hood blew off to only God knows where. In the blink of an eye, we had the same exact thought. We'd stolen gas for our diesel truck, and that's why the dang thing blew up, and here comes the law, and we are surely caught. Well, the sheriff started laughing, and he couldn't stop, and he said, y'all ain't the sharpest tack in the box. Did you notice it said sheriff on the truck when you stole the gas? Well, he took us in, Jason said he took us to jail, and he's still laughing when he locked the cell, but it wasn't funny to us at that particular moment in time. We went to court the next morning about 9 o'clock, and the judge started laughing, and he couldn't stop watching security film from Wally World's parking lot. He said, y'all are too dumb for me to prosecute. You can't fix stupid as your only excuse, and you can't pay the fine with this money y'all ain't got. Well, we all breathed a little sigh of relief because we could tell that judge was going to set us free. Tell by his smile and his friendly attitude. We started shuffling our feet, getting ready to travel, and the last thing he said before we dropped that gavel was, 90 days, boys, and y'all be like Willie and on the road again. and I've got to make a confession here. Bruce Myers asked me to come down here, and he said, you know, they want you to talk about the songs. And he said, you know, like you do that Oklahoma credit card. And I said, huh? And I had to get Jesse to look it up on the computer. I'd forgotten I'd written the thing. But, yeah, Oklahoma.
That's a great song.
If you go to Oklahoma, you know what you got to have.
That's awesome. I love it. That was great. So I feel like I should probably mention my husband, because y'all both have talked about your spouses, and if he's watching, he's like, okay, yeah, I exist. But he is like your wife, where this is just not his world. Totally supportive, you know, but yeah, he's like, all right, I'll see you when you get home. I might be asleep, you know. But we were talking, I don't know, a couple months ago. We have a 3-year-old, and she's, you know, still drinking lots of milk. And organic milk is so expensive right now. I don't know if anybody buys organic milk, eggs. I mean, everything's so expensive now. And so, you know, we try to be frugal so we can provide for our daughter. And he said, you know, we can't do this organic milk anymore, okay? Just get the regular milk. I'm like, okay, fine. But I got to thinking, it made me angry. You know, like, we should have food that's fine with no problem. Why is it even an option, okay? So, sorry to preach, but I appreciate your support. So yeah, I was just like, I festered on it for a little bit, and I was like, okay, this needs to go. I'm just gonna write a song about it. I gotta let it go. But it's called What Kind of World? So sorry to bring us back down, because that was such a fun song, but this is a little slower, so I apologize.
Too dangerous to take a plane. Nobody wants to work for the FAA. I'd rather take a road I know where it goes, where the pavement don't grow. People too dependent on the apps. Nobody knows how to read a map. What's gonna happen when we all lose our phones? At least I'll know how to read a road. What kind of world are we leaving? Is there anything left to believe in? Everything's going up, a world without love, conflict and hate. I've had enough. Take me to a little bitty town, so small they don't even make you slow down, where the neighbors grow and share their food, nothing but organic for me and you. What kind of world are we leaving? Is there anything left to believe in? Everything's going up, a world without love, conflict and hate. I've had enough. What kind of world are we leaving? Is there anything left to believe in? They poison our food and then they charge you by two. The man don't really care for me and you.
Thank you.
easier said than they call this drop D. And it doesn't always drop. Do you have a capo?
You know, I normally do.
Nobody has a-
I have one in the green room.
I forgot my capo. What in the
Hey, I
world?
think he's getting you one. It's in the brown pouch.
This is just a little bit about who I am. I forgot my phone twice today. One time I was already in the car. Second time I was just in the yard. So that wasn't bad. But my daughter, she's 13. She's probably wondering, like, who in the world? What's wrong with my father? You know what I mean? Wish we don't have time for that. All right. This song took me a long time to write because I wanted to feel it. You know, it was one of those songs I knew I could feel it, and I knew when I'd get it, but it took a long time. But it's kind of thinking about the world as a circus. I mean, don't think that's very hard. Especially tonight, right? But sometimes, you know, I thought, you know, maybe I'm part of the circus. Maybe I'm watching the circus, and I'm like, what in the world is this? Or maybe both. So this is a song called No Elephants. Here in this circus with no elephants around, it doesn't need a tent or a town. No fancy ringleader in a fancy outfit, just the words, I need you now. I climbed that ladder all on my own, now I'm shaking like a leaf. Out on that tightrope, trying to look down, I don't see any tree. Just concrete and metal, pixels and screens, in a world that doesn't seem to care. And a fool like me chooses to believe in something that is so foul. Here in this circus with no elephants around, it doesn't need a tent or a team. No fancy ringleader in a fancy outfit, just the words, I need you now. And one thing's for sure, there is a clown you can pay to see him act out. Right on cue, he never disappoints, making a fool of himself. It's the local boy down the street, you might even recognize him. Every night he paints on that smile, but to me it looks like a friend. Here in this circus with no elephants around, doesn't need a tent or a town. No fancy ringleader in a fancy outfit, just the words, I need you now. So if you feel like leaving, saying what did I even pay for, take one more look before you go. Let it sting just one more time. Just one more time. Just one more time. Smoke fills the air, torn ticket stubs scattered on the ground, and the remnants of the words, I need you now. Here in this circus, no elephants around, doesn't need a tent or a town, just a fool like me who chooses to believe in something that is so far. So if you feel like leaving, saying what did I even pray for, take one more look before you go, let it sting just one more time. Just one more time. Just one more time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Well, I said you had to see something sometimes to, conjure up some thoughts and chords, and that's where this song came from. The band and I had been in Alpine, Texas on Saturday night, and we were supposed to be in Uvalde the next afternoon to play a little dance at a roping. And we were late getting out of Alpine because I think some of the band was getting more acquainted with some of the young women in Alpine. And so we're trucking on down. And my neighbor was John Nolan Macmillan, drove the bus for us. We were coming into Del Rio. It's good daylight. You can see plenty good. And there was an old bar out there called the Saddle Bronc Bar. And parking lot was empty except for two vehicles. One was an old ranch truck that you couldn't put your hand on it. There wasn't a cow dent. And right next to it was a little red Mercedes. And there was an old, long, tall cowboy there right by the little Mercedes, and that woman gave him a kiss. We could feel it from the bus. I mean, it just, we're trucking on down, We're about half wore out and tired, and everybody. John Nolan looked over at me, and he said, there's a song there. There's a song there. And I said, okay. And Johnny Bratton, if you're listening, here's your song. He was the first ever to lighten her heart. His rodeo life kept them apart. She knew she'd never be first in his life. Broken hearted, she gave up, became a rich man's wife. A rich man can't give her the love that she needs. With his eye on a dollar, a heart full of greed. With tears in her eyes at dawn's early light, she thinks of Del Rio and a Saturday night. Later that evening, the sun sinking low, she thinks of that cowboy, some old rodeo. His call lifts her spirit. He's on an evening flight. There'll be stars in Del Rio tomorrow night. She drives to Del Rio in her Mercedes car. She Meets him at sundown, saddle bronc ball, and he holds her so gentle, her eyes shining bright like the stars in Del Rio on a Saturday night. But this time she don't go back. She's not going home. Left the rich man and the money in old San Antone. Money is nothing. What love is to lie, like the stars in Del Rio on a Saturday night. Like the stars in Del Rio on a Saturday night. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. That's a great one. I wrote this. Sorry, I got a frog. I left my water in the green room. I wrote this song a long while back. It's called Birds and the Beast. And I don't know, I guess there was a unwanted person that was interested, I suppose, and it was like, oh, I don't know what to do. Especially as a woman, you know, you think, okay, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but yeah, no thanks. But I got to thinking, you know, like, I was playing music and I was going anywhere I wanted to go. Oh, thank you. And I just thought at that time, I am not trying to be with anybody. I need to do me, and I want to be on my own schedule. And I just thought about, like, this raging beast that it's like when you contain and confine this beast, it's not good for anybody. Just let it be free, you know? So I wrote The Birds and the Beast, and I'm going to try to gracefully put this on the ground, so forgive me. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like the pick, you know. Hey, by the way, I love that we've had like a little community thing going here, you know, shared pick, shared capo. Oh, yeah. We're all just doing the best we can. All right, The Birds and the Beast. What do you think the birds would say if they could not fly away? Do you think they'd run and play? I think they would dwell in pain. Sometimes late at night, long to be by your side, touch your soul all through the night. But I know about our kind. I guess that's kind of like me, meant to fly and be free. Don't you try to cage the beast, it'll only long to be free. It'll only long to be free. Spirit pulls us through each day, guides us and shows the way. But when I think about our play, I cannot find the words to say. I guess that's kind of like me, meant to fly and be free. Don't you try to cage the beast, it'll only long to be free. Try to know what's going on, find the right and all the wrong. Sometimes preaching song
try to know we're moving on. I guess that's kind of like me, meant to fly and be free. But don't you try to cage the beast, it'll only long to be free. It'll only long to be free. Thank you. You'll get there.
Y'all having a good time? All right, I just want to make sure we're not giving the money back.
Money. All right.
You get there.
No, I don't think I will. Give me an E. Give me an E.
Got this tuner?
Yeah, you need a tuner. He's got a tuner. You want a tuner?
Wow.
You want a tuner?
It's like my guitar just went out of
You want to use mine? Well, I
out
know
of,
you're in drop.
out of whack.
Are you still in drop?
Oh, before I forget, you know, we talked about sleeping on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My wife has merchandise for sale, and if I don't say something about it every night, you can guess the rest of it. I'm well trained.
Well, I mean, 35 years. She's been working hard.
If I didn't have my wife, I'd be sleeping in somebody's barn or under a bridge.
All right.
That's just how it'd be.
We're going to get after it. A song called Betting on Red. I got a size 14 shoe. I stand about 6'5". I barely graduated high school. But I met a girl in study hall. Used to make out in the bathroom stall. She graduated summa cum laude. And I got a job working with my dad. Had to save up for that ring. Gonna ask for her hand and marry that girl someday. Now we live in the city with a family of 5. Take vacations in the summertime. It's not always easy, we should try. Sometimes late at night with her lying next to me. The alarm said, kids in bed. Oh, what a plan the Lord had in store. Think you'd be better off betting in Vegas on red. I was pretty good at playing this guitar, writing songs after working hard to earn $1 or $2 or $3 or $4. 'Cause I met a girl who changed my world. Smart and beautiful, had that kind of thing that you just can't put your finger on. Now we live in the city with a family of 5. Take vacations in the summertime. Got a big backyard and a dog named Jeff. Sometimes late at night I like to stop and think. Alarm set, kids in bed. Oh, what a plan the Lord had in store. Think you'd be better off betting in Vegas on red. Taking a chance on these 2 kids. Falling in love just like we did. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. I hate to say this, but this